Want to send a rest in peace up to a former 1017 artist. Young lady went by the name of Enchanting. She did pass away, so there have been conflicting reports over the last 24 hours about Enchanting's condition in Texas. A couple of friends and family members from Enchanting's team and circle let us know that Enchanting was on life support earlier in the morning, and it looks like the decision was made this afternoon to pull the plug. According to a representative from her team, they told the Shade Room that Enchanting did enter critical condition from an apparent overdose. Apparently, she was suffering from some withdrawals in her final few days. Did try to make a last effort to get clean, but her attempts were obviously unsuccessful. So I just want to send a rest in peace up to Enchanting. Young lady was only 26 years of age. That is way too young under any circumstance to say goodbye to anybody. I did not know a lot about Enchanting. I would say I did learn a couple of fun facts about her over the years. Number one being she had that deep voice. When she was on a record, the thing that I remember the most was how low she could go with the deep voice and how she was talking, and she was one of the standout acts over at 1017 under the last regime. And the second thing I learned is she was born in Germany. I recently learned that, just kind of floating through some pages. She was originally from Germany, spent some time in Georgia, and then I believe ended up in Texas. So I would like to say prayers to anybody affected by the loss of Enchanting. It's always sad to see somebody in a fight with themselves, in a fight with the demons, and not come out on the victorious end of that fight. And what makes it even sadder, because I do think it's a relevant piece to the story, is I know Enchanting was very close to another former artist over on the 1017 label, Big Scar. I know they called each other best friends, and he obviously did pass away related to an overdose as well. So I just want to say rest in peace to him, and now rest in peace to Enchanting. Again, 26 years of age is just not enough time on this thing called Earth to me, and I would like to say, man, that sucks. And I want to end this video here because there is a lot of people pointing the blame game in certain directions. Listen, some of it I think is fair, some of it I think is unfair. But what I will address in this video, because I don't want to make it too much about anyone outside of the life loss, as a respectful way to the family, we got enough time to talk about other things in other videos. I would say this and offer this to you. There does need to be a conversation, and it needs to involve a guy that I share a birthday with, that I love dearly, grew up with on his music. There needs to be a conversation about artist selection and artist development. And though this young lady was no longer associated with that label, we have heard too many bad stories associated with talent selected by a gentleman that is a legend from where I'm from, the region that I'm from. And I do think you cannot dodge and miss out on these conversations and miss the moment to teach, you know, as you continue to promote the label, right? You gotta at some point address this. Is too much. You can say what you want, it's too much. They're literally running around calling it a curse. And at some point, you have to sit down with a forum that you trust, that you think is gonna treat you fairly. You're gonna have to discuss these things and talk about what a lot of people are talking about in regards to your name and your selection process and your development process, and even life after your label. I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace to Enchanting. Gone too soon. Family and friends are confirming that she's no longer here with us at age 26. Time, love, and support is what your boy never take for granted. I do believe she was independent towards the latter part of her career. So if you do want to support her, maybe check out some music, stream some music. I'm sure that won't hurt, obviously. Time, love, and support is what your boy never take for granted. Salute. I'm out. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. Do you want to see your favorite athlete live in action next time they're in your town? Or do you want to see your favorite artist performing in concert next time they're in a city near you? Head over to the SeatGeek website or app and use my code HoopsFerro for $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you subscribe to the It's Mr. Taliaferro YouTube channel, and hey, donate a super chat. Follow me on Facebook at It's Mr. Taliaferro, cop a supporter badge. The Underdog Fantasy promo code is FERRO. The SeatGeek promo code is HoopsFerro. And follow me on Twitter at It's Mr. Ferro.